Hey, what's up, guys? It's Chili from O-Town. Uh, I did have the name Chili from O-Town. I changed my name to Chili D, just to be a little bit different. So I was going to give a quick trip report or a quick casino report on the Silver Star Resort. The Silver Star is a, a casino that is in partners with the Golden Moon. Both of them are Silver Star Resorts, and the two are two different casinos, but they're basically in the same building. Well, they're basically connected with a tunnel that goes over the highway that you can walk over, and the two buildings are joined together that way. But there are two different casinos. But the Golden Moon has been open for a couple of weeks, and the Silver Star just opened yesterday. So I was going to give a quick trip report on it. The Silver Star has 4 tables and no plexiglass. No gloves are required, but they do require you to wear a mask. They allow 4 people at each end, and the table minimums are $10, maximums are $5,000. They do have the hot bets, and they have ATS bonus bets. No plexiglass dividers, if I didn't mention that, and the tables. Okay, so let's talk about the table. So the tables are fairly pretty decently hard. It's a good surface, not really bouncy. And the dice are like the .750 dice. They're a little bit smaller than the bigger ones. For the Craps Nations dice that we just recently got from Sleepy 2525, those are bigger than what the Golden Moon and the Silver Star carry. But that's just a quick update on that resort, and it's located in Choctaw, Mississippi. So anybody in that area, I'd recommend. It's a pretty friendly place. The dealers, uh, they were kind of iffy, a little, but not too terribly bad. But I would probably recommend it. So what I'm going to get ready to do now is the Midnight Madness Day 5 Challenge, which is put 640 across and establish a point and and then try to take one box hit. All right, so that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so here we go. As always, I have to go in and check for some testing to see if the chat is going to, and of course it didn't. This is an everyday thing. It's the same way with getting the stream key. Have to go every single day, get the stream key. So again, I'm not certain what's happening here, but I have maybe this stabilized now. But I don't guess this chat box is gonna. It doesn't look like it's gonna. It doesn't look like it's going to. Okay, now I finally got it going now. Okay. All right, so here we are. Let me go over to Midnight Madness's challenge. So I did add I added a part to the scene right here. So the graph is the numbers I've hit so far along the way. This is just establishing a point. This is just establishing a point number, putting 640 across, and then throwing for one box hit, or if it happens to be a craps number, you continue to throw until you either resolve the point or you hit one box hit. So what I did, you can see on day 1, I won 140. Day 2, I won 140. Day 3, it was a 0.7 out, so I lost the 640. Day 4 was a 140 win, and here we are. We're on day 5. So day 5, here we go. So I don't have a point established. So I want to get the point, and here's the bankroll. So I basically, and his challenge said you start with unlimited. So, but what I did, I started with 1,000, and at this point in time, starting with 1,000, I'm actually this is the 640 right here, and then this 140 from yesterday. Because what would have happened, the first 2 days would have, I've had three $340 hits and one 640 minus hit. So altogether, if I if I take the $1,000 bankroll into consideration, I would be down 220. Now let me go back to this challenge page. Okay, so overall total, it shows that I'm down 220, but that does not put in that I've got a $1,000 bankroll. That's just the overall total, just like I had as he said, unlimited bankroll. So overall total, I've got $340 hits and one $640 minus. So, all right, so there we go. So I'm going to go ahead, lay the 640 out there, not lay it, but place the 640 out there. It's up, but it's off. So we're trying to get a point established. All right, here we go. We're going with the 3236 dice set. We got a 358. Not sure if it's a 3-5 or a 5-3. I don't know which dice I had on the left. But regardless, the point's 8. The point is 8. So the new point's 8. Go ahead and insert that 8 right now. Okay, so there's the 8. It went in. All right, so let's go back now to the shooting tab. All right, so here we go. So we got our 440 up. We got our 640 up. Our points at 8. We're going for a 3236 on the dice set. We're looking for one hit. Here it is, day 5. Midnight Madness Challenge. And we got it, 369. So that's an on-axis single pitch, 369. So boom, it's a $140 winner. All right, there's the $140. All right, so we're gonna put 140 into our. Put 140 into our day 5. Now we're only down 80 bucks overall. We lost 640 on day 3, but we have had 4 $140 hits. So now we have to go. We're going to go and put our 9 in, for we just hit a 9. So that's our stats right now. So after day 5, we're down 80 bucks overall. We have our 640 right here. This is our 640. This is our yesterday hit. This is our today hit. Now with the first 2 days hits, they're gone because we had a $1,000 bankroll. It's kind of the way I started it. So here we go. I'm going to send that information over to Midnight Madness. I don't know if he's going to be on with us tonight. I don't know. I cannot say that, but I'm going to send that over to him right quick. Let him know that day 5, point 8, first row is a 9. It's a $140 winner. Now I was late getting this one in to him because I've been out doing a lot of stuff today after I got home kind of late this morning and then had to get a little rest. So I was late getting the day started. So again, so here's Midnight Madness's bankroll. I just set that there daily. Here's a $1,000 bankroll. Now we're going into these stats right here, which I don't have them cleared yet. I said I was going to make another sheet, but I have not did that yet. But basically what that's going to do, it's going to be similar to this. Well, it won't really look like that. It'll be similar to this. Well, it won't really look like that. Well, I'll get to it, but what it was going to be, it's going to be the stats. It's going to have a current day stats with a bar graph, and it's going to have an overall stats. That way, like these stats right here, these 38 rows from yesterday, I'm about to erase and clear those. But basically what it would be would, instead of me clearing those would have their own graph that would be transposed over to the overall total. So the graph would, so the stats would never clear. It would just be like a running continuous process, so that you would get a big sample size. You know, right now it would be at 38. At the end of the night, it might be at 80. At the end of the next day, it might be at 150. You know, just depends on how many rows you get each day. But what I'm saying is, it would be a continuous. It would be added on every day. But I haven't set that one up yet. It probably wouldn't take me a whole lot of time, but I'm not gonna fool with it right this moment. I'm just gonna go ahead and clear those stats and get ready to start shooting for tonight. So right here we got a clean, fresh slate. We have our $1,000 bankroll, and the first hit for Midnight Madness was an 8 and then a 9. We don't even count. We're not counting those rows in this. That was its own separate deal. So that's its own separate deal. So here we go. This is a brand new come out. Brand new come out. Here we go. 3236. That's right. 459. 459 is our new point. Alright, so we're going to mark the 9 right here on our tile. Put our 9 over in our tracker. And get some place bets up. We're going 220. Well, I didn't even have my, I come out with a point, didn't even have my stuff up. But there's my $10 ATS, and my $25 ATS and my $10 pass line. Instead of going 220 like this, I'm just going to put this 20 right there. I mean, this 50 back there. Alright, there we go. 4 points, 9. We're looking for some hits. Looking for some inside hits. And there's a 145. 145. Enclosure. Left. Mark the 5. Pace 70. Immediately we buy the outside. Mark the 5. Alright, there we go. Two, 3, 6 on the seal. Alright, we got a 1, 2, 3 AC Doocy. So this time we have a drift. We hit a 3. It's a drift. Alright. So we're still looking to hit a 9. Two, 4, 6. That's an on-axis hit. Pace 70. It's a single pitch, 2, 4, 6. Pace 70. So right here, just to get a little out of the hand.
Just a moment.
Just to get a little bit out of the hand, we go ahead and reduce to basically what would be 130 on the inside and these quarters on the outside. but we don't have to actually do 130. This is 125. We're just going to have 30 here instead of 35. Alright, we marked the 6 there. We marked the 6 in our tracker. There we go. Three, 2, 3, 6 on our set. We got a double pitch. 3, 4, 7. So it's a good thing we went ahead and reduced when we did. I didn't quite get all of it reduced right. That's supposed to come off also. I called it off. I said we was reducing to 130, but I just didn't pull them off. So we did lose the rest of the 130, but we did get a lot of it reduced before we get the double pitch. So all this down. Double pitch, and that was really similar right there to what's happening to me often lately. Double pitch. All right, so let's put the 7 in the tracker. Let's reset the small and talls. And let's try this again. So $25 ATS, $10 pass line, and let's see where we were at. Let's see how much we are from having our 220 still. We're a little ways off from our 220. We're about $75 more. So we need about those two and that one. So we're about $70 off. All right, we're not working to come out. We're off. 2, 3, 6 on the set. $3, 6, 9. $3, 6, 9. Our new points are 9 again. So this is an on-axis single pitch hit. 3, 6. Single pitch. Back on the 9. Now I did give a quick update on the Silver Star and the Golden Moon. Those casinos are combined, or basically like one casino. They're just on they're on different sides of the highway, so you have to they're in 2 separate buildings, but it's like one casino. But it's called, each different building's called 2 different things. So, but the tables are all just alike. So if you're in one, it's just like the other one. You know, of course the dealers and the shooters are different on the tables, but as far as the table itself, they're just alike. So they have 4 tables in the Golden Moon, and they have 4 in the Silver Star. And all 8 tables are identical. They're the same colors. They have the ATSs. They all look just alike. And from what bouncing I can see, they're even harder than my table bounces a little more than them tables will bounce. And I feel like my table's super hard. Here we go. So their table's like when it hits, they die. Alright, we got a 516. That's an on-axis primary hit. Primary. Let's put that 6 in the tracker. Go ahead and pay the 70. Oh, I've got to do something different. I've got that money on the 9, but it don't go on the 9, it goes on the odds behind the 9. These are little things that I just suggest and encourage everybody to start practicing and getting used to. Because if you're used to putting your money out there on place bets, when you get in the casino, it's going to throw you for a loop. Because you're going to try to put it up, and they're going to be able to say, why are you giving me this money? And you're going to get you thrown off. So those little things are just things that I encourage you to go ahead and start practicing. Putting your money up behind for odds instead of trying to put it on a place bet. Now they will, if you just insist that you want that money up there as a place bet, they will do it. But when you first try to hand them, say 130 inside, and your point's 9, they're going to be like, how do I put this out? They're not going to understand because they're not really understanding you want to place money on pass money. Bet. All right, that's it out. Two hardway 4. Hard 4. I got 35 on it. So it's basically gonna pay me 69. I would owe it big. Since I'm dealing for myself, I can just pay the 69 and do the same thing. Alright, so that is the second hit. So the first hit I always split to the outside. Second hit I always reduce to the 130. And that one you just have to put 30 there instead of 35. Alright, that's a hard 4. Alright. So I'll give you a quick little story of what went on with me last night at the Silver Star. No, I was actually at the Golden Moon. I had a 2-2-2 up on ATS. It's my roll. I put my pass line money out and I throw 2-2-2 for the dealer to put me up on ATS. Well, my very first roll was a come out 7. So what happens? That resets your ATS. So they paid me the $10, but while the dealer was shuffling around money, I went ahead and grabbed $6 more and threw it right back up in the com area. And I said, return my 2-2-2 for ATS. Dealer grabbed it and went on about his business. I never paid no more attention. Well, I went to rolling. I was hitting. Next thing I know, all I needed was a 4 and a 9 to complete a small or a tall. Well, I hit the 9. So now, the dealer's paying everybody's ATSs, and they go around and around. They get all that paid out, and they're like looking at me like ready for me to shoot. And I said, well, hold up. I said, you didn't pay me my ATS. They said, you didn't re-up your ATS after you had that 7 on the come out. I said, oh yes, I did. I said, I put the $6 right back up and told you to re-up on it. Well, nah, that ain't what happened. You didn't give it to us. And they held me up for about 5 minutes to 7 minutes. They're arguing with me, telling me I didn't pay it. And I knew without a doubt in my mind that I paid it. Well, long story short, they ended up talking about rewinding cameras and how that was going to take a little while, so go ahead and continue shooting. Now you got to realize I'm kind of frustrated because I'm arguing with them. They got me out of my zone. I'm arguing with them. I'm trying to convince them that I know I have my money up. They're trying to tell me I didn't. You know, I'm sitting here with $2 supposed to be on the, and it pays 34 to 1, so it pays 35 for 1. So they owe me 70, but the 70 wasn't so much as bad as I only needed a 4 to complete a tall. To complete an all. That was going to pay me another $350 because it pays 175 to 1. I had $2 on it. So that was going to pay me, if I could have hit the 4, that's the only thing I needed was the 4 at this point. But they've shorted me my 70 right now saying I didn't re-up. But we're not talking about that. They're going to rewind the camera. Well, but they held me up for about 5 or 7 minutes arguing with me about all this crap. And the only thing I needed was a 4. And guess what? When I got the dice back, I threw one number and I can't remember what it was, maybe an 8. And then the very next number, 7 out. And I was like, throw my hand up. I'm like, see what y'all did? See how y'all did that? I said, you know, y'all sitting here got me out of my mind, out of my zone. But anyway, that's how they did me. That was at the Golden Moon. It took them about at least an hour to go rewind the tapes and finally come back and say, okay, yeah, we see where you did re-up it, and here's your $70. But the $70 at that point, it was way too late. They had messed me up out of the, I'm pretty certain, I felt like I was rolling good. I was in the zone. I felt like I probably would have hit that 4. That would have been another 70 for the small, and it would have been 350 for the tall. But anyway, that's how they did me. And that's a long story. I know shouldn't have sat there and took all that time to tell it, but appreciate you listening. All right, here we go. Dice are out. All right, there's a double pitch again. There's that double pitch. 347. And that's what happened to me several times last night. All night. I don't know how many times I shot, but every time I shot, every single 7 out I had last night was a 4.37 or 3.47 gold pitch. All right, so we're down again. We only was able to regress down to the 130. So we're down again. All right, so starting off kind of sluggish. Got to re-up our $10 pass, our $25 ATS is back up. Go ahead and get our 220 back going. We're $75 short again. We're actually not quite 75, but about 74, 70, something like that. All right, we're up, but we're not working. So let's just take those two dice. Try to get a point established. 3, 2, 3, 6. All right, we're gonna go ahead and swap this up. We're going to go ahead and go to the 6, to the 3, 1, 2, 1. No, 3, 1. 3, 1, 2, 1. 3, 1, 2, 1. This might produce me a craps number. Well, it produced me a come out 7. That ain't, it's no good. Re-up ATS. Alright. I gotta put this tracker right. So we hit a 7 out, then we hit a come out 7. Alright. Alright, here we go. 3, 1, 3, 5. 3, 1, 3, 5. Alright, so we got a 6, 2, 8. It's going to be an on-axis primary hit, 6, 2, 8. Ruler's not working to come out. Mark the 8. 3, 1, 3, 5. 3, 1, 3, 5 in the set. Dice it up. My goodness. 7 out. .7 out. Now I did not do that at all last night. I never had a .7 out. There's the 220. There's the $10 pass, the $25 ATS. Everything's back up. So we're started off real sluggish tonight. Really sluggish. Can't get anything going. What we're going to do, we're going to work to come out. We're going to work to come out. Move back to 3, 2, 3, 6. Ace 5, 6. No, 5, 1, 6. This is an on-axis primary hit. 5, 1, 6. Already paid 70. We'll go ahead and pull that 50 behind for odds. And I'm just going to put 35 on the 4 and 35 on the 10. I actually have an extra 10 because I pulled it off of there. But I'm not going to put it on the 4 or 10 because that would cost me a whole extra $1 for the bid. So our new points are 6. 3, 2, 3, 6. Here we go. Acey Deucey. That's a drift. Drift. 2, 3, 6. 426. 426 points made. Alright, so it pays 10 on the front, it pays 60 in the back. On to 6. Alright, here we go. Now we can work these come out, or we can stay off. Our normal is to stay off. I did work on the last time just because I had hit a 7, then a come out 7. A come out 7, then a 0.7 out. So we're off this time. That's right. Good thing we were off. It's a $10 pass line there. Resets the ATS, all we had hit was a 6 and a 3. Not so much as it reset it, but it cost another quarter to ante back up. This will come out. Ace. That was a 167. So the left dice imploded. Two, 4, 6. Right back on the 6. Mark the 6. Mark the 6. Alright, there we go. It was not working. That's an on axis single pitch. Excuse me a moment. Better check something. Excuse me just a minute. Okay. Alright, 3, 2, 3, 6. Alright, so again, we're going to take that down and we're going to put that right there. Leaving that money up on the pass line when it pays better than odds. My goodness. My goodness. This is enough of this for tonight. I'm done. I'm done with this. There's another 7 out. I'm completely done with this. Pretty terrible right there. We hit our 6 as a point, then we had to come out 7, then we hit a new 6 as our point number, and then we hit a 7. So that's pretty pitiful after 18 rows. Alright guys, I'm calling it a night right there, and I'll rest up and see if I can do better tomorrow. But on that note, I'm calling it a night, so Chili. Oh yeah, and if you did notice, I did change my YouTube. It's not Chili from O-Town anymore. It was formerly Chili from O-Town. It's just Chili D. So on that note, Chili from O-Town, Chili D, Dicer.